You're gonna get a van for my barbecue?
Not a van, like a little, like a, I don't know, something. Why not, bro?
Bro, if you're down for it, cool. Like I'll happily provide it. But do you know how big it is? Like it's metal. It's like
there's no gas tank though. It's just
but it's just
cold. No,
it's like 50 kg to 70
That's
kg.
not that heavy. We can carry two people can carry that.
Yeah,
into the back of a van.
I know. But like, do you know how big it is?
Can we just assemble it?
Oh, doesn't look like it.
But you put it together.
But I don't have the plans.
What do you mean? So you throw away the receipt?
I don't have the plans.
What do you mean you ain't got the plans, bro? That's ridiculous. How can you build something and then throw away the book after you build it?
Because I built it. It's not going anywhere but where it is right now.
No, but what if you have to move one day? Then you're gonna throw it in the back of a van, isn't it? Oh, and then what happens when it gets broken?
Because I'm not expecting you to order a van
to move a barbecue set. Listen, you never know. Sometimes in life you have to move things, bro. You just gotta be ready to be moving.
So is it recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my barbecue set is big.
And it's not that
I
big.
take pride in it. I take pride in it.
That's a bit crazy, but it's half the size of the couch.
Wait, pause. Listen, I meant my barbecue set.
No, we heard you, but I think
I'm not saying that.
It's okay. Nobody's on you. Nobody's on you. But I think it's about half the size of the couch.
Right.
No? I think it's about from here. Yeah.
It's from here to here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you get the flaps open.
Okay, the flaps make it okay.
The flaps will make it the couch.
We're planning summer plans.
Special.
Summer plans. Actually, but we actually should look to move it. Because like say for example, we go down like to Southampton with the men.
But then are we gonna get one van just for a barbecue?
We can fill it with other stuff.
Like what? What other big item do we need when we go on a road trip?
What other big item would you need on a road trip? Pool table? No, but not pool table. What's that table that those guys have? They have a little small like table tennis table. Not table tennis.
Oh, ping pong.
Yeah, ping pong. But we can bring a collapse table.
Yeah, but you can squeeze that into a whip.
No, not a little not a 5-seater. No. You can see that. Yeah, exactly.
But do you know how much effort that is? Like, you got to hire an enterprise or hire a...
I think it'll be fun. I think I'll do it just for kicks. No, I wouldn't do it just for kicks. I wouldn't actually have to move something.
Honestly.
But...
No, I'm down if you're willing
TV,
to.
We could take a TV. Actually, there's no reason for us to take a TV on a road trip. There's no reason for us to take it. We'll brainstorm. We'll park that. But road trip is a good idea. Summer's coming.
My barbecue is staying parked.
No. Yeah, what happened to your other one?
Which one? The small thing.
Did you throw it away?
Bro, that shit is old, man.
Yeah, but it still functions. As long as it can
pretty
still
sure that's in the tip somewhere.
Okay, well, mine doesn't. Mine will do enough to feed a small majority of people. But you know when you're thinking about barbecue, like mine is like the size of this tabletop in terms of the circle.
Yeah,
so
that's a good size because at the end of the day, you just need to do 2 sets.
No, 2 sets. Are you going to be content with just 2 sets of 2 portions of food?
No. But like, as in to feed like everyone at least once, you know. Unless
that's fair. I'm not making them hungry. That's true. It's not your responsibility to feed everybody up. It's not. Eat from home. There's rice at home.
No, I would say it's more like a starting from early thing. Like have a beer in the morning and just get it like chefing
also,
up.
I think we should actually
the
start.
smoke.
I think we should also start introducing. And maybe this is against culture. Actually, no. Let me not say we should start introducing because I want to be receiving actually. But for everybody else, fill us. But if you come to my event, I haven't got to fill you to the brim. Listen, guys. He says that I will in a second, but he says that he'll try and start just. Listen, when he gets a hold of that barbecue. Because I've seen it before. As long as there's meat, bro. As long as there's meat to be cooked. This guy would not want to be moved from that position. Of course not. He wants to be the designated barbecue guy. And the last time... Just get me the apron.
The last time he was the designated barbecue guy, the Brotherhood, No, don't do that. It was raw.
Don't do that. No, that's because they run out of coal.
It was raw.
That's because they run out of coal. What do you mean? I can't make fire.
It was raw.
It wasn't raw. It was half cooked.
It was raw.
Some of the inside was pink.
Apparently, he was there for like 45 minutes.
No.
To 1 hour 30.
If you ain't got the right resources to work, yeah, it's not your fault. You put your hands up.
It was raw.
And you say fair play.
No. Because how can you give it to one auntie and auntie came back saying, no, I can't eat this.
I didn't give it. Somebody took it. I didn't tell them to take it to her.
Auntie said, I can't eat this.
I didn't tell them to take it to her.
And then the big boys had to come in.
The big boys had to come in. They had to make fire from somewhere. Yeah, okay. They just fried it on the fire.
It was raw. That's what I'm saying.
It wasn't raw. It was half cooked.
It was raw.
It was half cooked. It was chicken. And you know how chicken sometimes.
No, I don't.
It can sometimes appear a bit pink in the middle. Not that we're eating pink chicken.
I cook my chicken.
Not that we're eating pink chicken.
Cook my chicken.
You know, on a barbecue especially, sometimes the blood likes to leak. That's not my fault. But, you know, we'll leave the food discussion to
Let's not talk about chicken no more, man. I miss it.
Sorry. It's Lent season. Lent's almost over. You know, but still reflecting and thinking about our Saviour's sacrifice. We thank God for him.
Amen.
It's just the two of us, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what I mean? We're locked in. Nice to have you back, Brody. As you guys are sure, you're aware, it's almost the end of the season. But before we go any further, roll call. Who we got today?
Robin.
Wait, what? I'm wearing the hoop. Yes, sir. I should have started with how are you actually, bro? How was your week? How was work good today?
Work was alright. Was in the office, you know. Nice sunny day in central London. I'm by, Charing Cross and that, so the sun right next to the Thames. So yeah, nice little walk. Went to look for some shopping.
Okay.
Some stuff to go. It's a holiday work, but yeah, I've been doing good, man. Doing good. God bless.
I love to hear that.
How about you, Olu? How are you doing?
Me, today's one of those days where I had plans.
Really?
And work made other plans for me.
You
know, one of those ones where it's like, you think you're going to leave at X time, you leave at Y time. I was going to go see my cousin, spend some time with him, really just have a good old chingwag, do some work. When you got to really spend that 2 hours with him. But still good to see him, he's doing well.
That's good. That's
good.
good.
Man, I can't really complain, to be honest.
Guys, this guy was at the gym last night, 10:30, on work calls. That's poor. Can't lie. 10:30 on a work call.
It's not. That's what they pay me to. That's what they pay me for, bro. I can't complain. You know the John of line we're in.
I know.
So support is.
What did you say? The John of line. The line of job.
The line of work with him.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
I don't think you said
the line of work.
Whatever.
Either way, you know what it is like. Okay, if you work in a certain field, yeah. Actually, if you work in tech, I don't know how it's gonna be more mysterious. Depending on the position you work in, there's a likelihood that you're gonna have to work support. For example, for you now, if there's a security crisis, you're gonna get a call, bro. You might not be the first person that gets a call, but you're gonna get a call.
I'm gonna get a call.
I'm not the first person that gets a call.
I hear it.
But second and third line, eventually they find my way to me. You know what I mean? So it's one of those ones. It's not easy to accept always. Sometimes you have other plans, but at the end of the day, you get paid for out of hours. So not more, at least.
I hope I get paid for hours.
You gotta check your contract. Because I'll be honest, bro, you know what? I was getting robbed for the first couple of years.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that you didn't even
I didn't even check my contract. I didn't look at anything, bro.
You didn't even submit the expense. He saw it.
I thought it was just a part of my normal contracted hours.
He saw that they were paying him and they were like, sign on the...
But yeah, guys, check your contracts. Check your contracts. This is not a financial advice podcast. This is none of that. But check your contracts. Check your pay slips.
It could be with the way that the Lakers are moving. But anyway, go ahead.
I don't know what that means, but yeah, we have no financial advice for you.
Jokic coming to the Lakers?
Everybody, bro, that's just vibes. That's just vibes and inshallah, bro. It's just vibes and inshallah. Like they're like...
But the things that they were offering are not bad, you know.
What have you seen?
AR, Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
That guy that starts with a D. 2 second round picks.
The guy that starts with a D. What's his... Vanderbilt.
Nah.
That starts with a D.
D something.
Rui Hachimura.
Rui Hachimura is part of the
who's on their lineup that the name starts with a D? He's a prominent player.
Yeah, and the Lakers.
He must be a big. Maybe
he's a big.
Backup big.
He's a big. Yeah.
Okay.
So those 3, 2 second round picks. Maybe that's not enough.
Second round picks for Jokic, bro. You better rethink the draft board, bro. You better
maybe that's not enough, but it would be nice to just see those 3 together. No. I'm gonna say it right now. If those 3 come together, I'm a Lakers fan.
They're not serious. They don't need that, bro.
They
the Lakers don't need that.
But if they got it,
it'd just be crazy. It'd just be crazy. And I don't even understand. Luka likes. Let me not get into it.
Adam Silver stepping, man.
Yeah,
Make it
definitely,
happen. Make it happen. If you
that
want,
means that means Luka never wins MVP.
if you want to make the NBA interesting again, Adam Silver. In terms of,
Okay. We're gonna have a real discussion.
In terms of like
what?
the viewership, bro, it's gone. It's all gone down,
bro. It's all
gone down.
Bro, I'll be real. That was an agenda at the beginning of the year.
It was an agenda.
Bro.
Was that just it?
It was a conspiracy theory.
Bro, the people that love basketball, I hear it, but
even the casuals, bro, are back.
The casuals
since February 1st, when Luka got shaded, all the casuals came back, bro.
No,
the casuals all came back.
They're not watching. They're not watching.
They're looking at the highlights. That's what the casuals are doing before anyway.
Is that making money for the NBA?
Hey, listen, influencers making money. Influencers making money on Instagram.
I guarantee you, the NBA highlights page on Instagram is making more money than certain marketing.
Yeah. Some local networks, probably they're not getting as much. Actually, no, that's cap. Let's be. America's a giant place. Let's be. And there's league pass. No, guys are watching, man. I think personally that was just a conspiracy theory because when you look, because I think today to track the numbers of like who's actually watching is more difficult. Do you know what I mean? You can't just necessarily go off of okay, cool, who's watching it live because guys are watching it. Like I know I watch it on replay. Do you know what I mean? I'll go on league pass, watch it back. So
that's your charger.
Yeah, that was a bit scary. Something just fell on my legs. If guys are not watching it live, then they're watching it back. Then maybe they're not tracking that. I feel like a child right now. Sorry. Yes. So I don't know, and I just think there's other ways to. People are also streaming it illegally. Do you know what I mean? So that's not being tracked. So there you go. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think viewership is down. If anything, I feel like this was probably one of the more interesting seasons.
I hear the big trades made the like people have eyes on the NBA again. Yeah. But I don't think it was enough to make people stay.
I don't know if I agree with you. I don't know. Like, think about it like this, yeah. So we got, at the beginning of the year, DeMar DeRozan moved, right? The whole Jimmy Butler saga going back and forth. That caused a lot of spark on debate. Do you know what I mean? In the Heat. That brought interest. Then you had the whole Wemby situation, can Wemby win in the playoffs? Then they got De'Aaron Fox. People were interested again in that little situation.
No, but that was during the transfer market, like the end, the deadline. Yeah. That's when it started popping, bro. Before that, are you saying that the same eyes were on the NBA?
No, the beginning of the year I was locked in. You know, when my teams are healthy.
You was locked in.
Okay. Other people were locked in too. I remember watching the first game of the season. What's his name? The guy that the Warriors drafted. Wiseman got his ACL torn. He was playing well for the Pacers. I was watching the Pistons. I told you guys.
No one's locked in for Wiseman.
We was locked in, man. And then next thing you know, another guy got his ACL torn. It was crazy. This year's been a lot of injuries again.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? A lot of injuries again this season.
Not the ACLs, man.
Do you know we thought Kyrie and Luka could do something this year. They had a rocky start in the beginning. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't actually not. They have a rocky start actually.
They had a good start.
They had a good start.
But then Luka got
injuries came in and then,
injured.
Do you know what's annoying? Yeah, I drafted Luka in fantasy. This is beside the point.
I drafted Kyrie in fantasy.
I thought he was gonna do a mad thing. From when you get down, my stock went into the mud, bro. I didn't make the playoffs this year. I didn't make the playoffs in fantasy. I gave up.
Well, you traded. I
didn't trade him. I kept hold of him. I just ruined the league for the rest of everybody else. Now he's giving me numbers, and I'm winning in matches that don't matter.
I don't even check my fantasy no more. Ever since I had to I wanted to put Kyrie into the IR.
Yeah.
They told me I had to put him back into the market. Ever since I had that feeling, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing this game no more.
It's tough. But nothing the beginning of the year was. I feel like I'm missing some key headlines for the beginning. The Warriors' hot start. The Warriors were on a trail. They were letting people. They were putting people on notice. Do you know what I mean? Before they kind of fell off a little bit.
Fell off.
But then they're back up.
No, but it is very up and down, isn't it? It is very up and
down. Very up and down. But I think all in all, it was a good day. The Grizzlies, before All-Star break, the Grizzlies were doing well as well. They were the second seed. There was a lot of teams they were making a comeback from where they were last year. I think this year was exciting. Do you know what I mean? I think
it was exciting. I'm not taking that away.
There was the Hawks beating the Celtics back-to-back games. People were thinking, okay, are they really contenders? Are they really serious? Turned out to be nothing, but that was there. So yeah, we had. I think it was good.
The Cavs really held
stole the show this season.
Yeah,
you think so?
Held it down. I wouldn't say stole the show because at the end of the day, regardless, the spotlight is on them, but people are not tuning into the Cavs as much as you would want them to. Yeah,
that's true. They're in a smaller market, but I think for me personally, I think they're probably one of the biggest surprises this year.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't from when they were going toe to toe with Orlando last year, going to 7 games. I wouldn't have thought that this year they're going to be the number 1 seed in the East.
Number 1 seed in the East since 2015 or 2016, I think. When LeBron
when they were last. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah. And some people, though I don't know how much stock we believe in them when it comes to playoff time, but for the year that they've had, we give you your flowers. 2 15-game win streaks. That's tough to do. Do you know what I mean? They clinched first. So they've had a good year. I think they're probably one of the more surprising teams for me this year. I personally was hurt earlier this year. You know, my Orlando Magic.
Paolo.
We thought we could do great things. Though we are 500 and we clinched the Southeast Division, but I feel like we could have really gone further. But injuries had their own. It's a part of the game that nobody can predict. You know?
I know you were sad about Paolo.
I was sad about Paolo. I was worse. I felt even worse about France because France is really my guy on that team. Suggs also killed me. And
the who?
And Suggs.
Suggs. No, I thought you said Sons.
No, Suggs. Jalen Suggs. And then when Mo Wagner went, I just the world is over. The world is over. We had a lot of good. This is not basketball related, but we had the documentary. You know what I mean? We had the Court of Gold. Court of Gold. That was nice to just see Steph Curry in all of his wonder. I'm always happy to see that. Do you know what I mean? Just to remind people of the levels in which it takes to get to where you need to be.
I think, was it before the season started that we watched?
Yeah, that was before. Olympics. It came before the season, the Olympics, and then during the season is when that dropped. Yeah.
It was a good watch.
Yeah, throughout the All-Star game was a disappointment, I'll be honest. The All-Star game.
I think it wasn't fully a disappointment, but I think it ended as a disappointment.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna give it its flowers.
We had hopes for the beginning. The way that it ended was just a bit of so
1v1
next year. You think it's coming?
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Hopefully. If at the end of the day, I think the plan for the next 5 years with the NBA is trying to get viewership up, you know, and
yeah, there's a lot of things that they're scheming. There's this whole thing about maybe reducing the quarters to 10 minutes. There's expanding the league, maybe potentially. I think an expansion is overdue, though. I think with what we have right now in the West, in terms of if I look at the standings, I think an expansion is due. I think we need to spread out some of the talent. I think we need to spread it out, bro, because right now...
I don't know how that's going to work, man. Genuinely.
What do you mean?
In terms of, what do you mean by expanding? Split, make other teams...
So, no, expanding essentially means you add teams to the league. So, for example...
those teams...
Those teams get players. So, for example, in the WNBA this year, they added this new coming season, they're adding a team called the San Francisco Valkyrie. And so what they basically did was every team throughout the league got a chance to select certain players that were non-tradable that they couldn't draft, essentially, right? But they only had a certain amount of picks. Each team had a certain amount of picks, and they essentially got to pick one player from each team. A couple players from who hadn't been protected, essentially. And then
that's weird, though.
And then they also get picks in the draft. With an NBA expansion, I don't know if it's working.
Yeah, when was the last time that happened?
The last NBA expansion, I think it was probably Oklahoma City when they moved from. Well, not really expansion. That they moved from Seattle to OKC. That's the last one I think potentially, but I could be wrong. So they could do something like that. So that could, because right now in the West, you have to think about it. There's a lot of there's how many teams? There's 5 teams. 5 teams all within the space of one loss. There's 5
but
teams.
That's interesting, though.
One loss. It's very interesting.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting.
I didn't expect the Mavs
to fall out.
To fall out and then fall back in.
They're not falling back in, bro. You're 10th, bro. You're 10th.
We clinched the play-ins.
Okay, yes, you did, but you think
you're
making the playoffs?
Who do we have? No, Sacramento Kings?
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings.
You think we won't beat them on a 7-game series?
It's not 7. It's a 1-game elimination, bro. Playing is 1-game elimination.
Yeah, so but you don't think we'll beat them 1 game?
You guys are getting healthier.
The Sacramento Kings.
I think you could beat them. I do think you could beat the Sacramento Kings.
The Sacramento Kings.
In 1 game. But I also feel like you guys' record is virtually the same. And you guys still don't really
But
know.
you
have to win 2 games.
So, but you think that we're on the same level as the Sacramento Kings, the Mavs right now?
No, right. then I don't.
Because that's basically what.
That's basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's
well,
the Sacramento Kings did just lose Malik Monk for 2 weeks.
That's dark.
They did just lose him for 2 weeks. I think it's continuity. I think they have more continuity at this stage, which is why
continuity
in terms of they've had more minutes together, bro. Since they've played more, they've been more healthy.
But like AD, for what he's shown so far, is positive.
Yeah, of course he's brilliant, but that can't replace the minutes that these guys have played together. Do you know what I mean? And that and whether or not we want to admit it, that matters.
What else matters? People that have championships on your team.
Yeah, okay, that does matter as well. But I think
people that have been in playoff situations, in game like on the line situations.
These guys, DeMar DeRozan has been in playoff. DeMar DeRozan has got a playoff experience.
You
know what I mean? Domantas Sabonis has got some experience.
That hunger though, that hunger the Mavs have over the Kings.
I don't know. My thing with the Mavs is, bro, rest. Like, there's no need to do all of this fighting for. There's nothing to fight for. You guys can't win a championship this year. Yeah. Rest, get healthy.
I hear it. I mean, we could work for like
take the year
Cooper
off.
Flag and all of that.
No, it's too late for you guys to get Cooper Flag. It's way too late.
Like, who told us to make the play-ins? Like,
yeah, no, that's way too late. Even bro, the Wizards have 17 wins, bro. Bro, come on now. Utah has 17 wins. Nah, bro, you man are not anywhere near close to getting flagged, bro. No, anywhere near close to getting flagged.
17 wins is crazy.
Philadelphia might be close to get. They got 24 wins. They might be trying to get flagged. But even then, nah.
Who's got the first round picks?
That hasn't been drawn yet. That hasn't been drawn just yet. So that's probably going to come out end of the playoffs. After the playoffs, we'll find out who gets first pick. I think so. That'll probably be early June. I believe so. I could probably find the date. But yeah, man. We're gonna take a look at. We're gonna just. Well, we already started rounding up the year. But I guess what was the most for you personally, and you can be biased. This is a biased segment. What was the most interesting storyline for you this year?
Storyline. I mean, it was going to be like Luka AD, and in my head, in my opinion, the story was going to go as a positive for the Mavs, like one way or another. Okay, obviously, regardless, it's a negative. We lost Luka. You know, that's like a franchise that has been shortened.
For sure.
You know, their lifespan has been shortened in a bit. But in terms of like the perfect fitting glove, like and AD coming in and like, you know, like the first game was looking potential. Like, you know, that was the storyline that
you was most looking forward to.
Went to nothing.
I think for me, what storyline did I like the most? I think the Thunder, man.
Really?
I think the Thunder storyline are just like being this young team that like everybody hates. Like genuinely all the NBA community hates, but these men just keep on winning. They keep on just doing their thing after games. They keep on knighting their broadcasters. Like I'm happy to just see them as they're progressing. And genuinely, I'm praying and hoping for their sake as well as my own pride that they don't embarrass us. When they players, they don't embarrass us. Because there's guys,
I still ain't got faith.
There's guys that need to be called out here. There's definitely guys that need to be called out. So I'm gonna wait patiently. I'm gonna wait patiently for us to get in there. But just what they've done this year, Shea's performance, the progression, like, and they've genuinely had injuries the whole year. Like they've had injuries throughout the whole year, but they've maintained this level of excellence. And I was watching them. Who was I watching them against? I think it was against the Lakers. I was watching them a couple of days ago. Yeah, and just their fight and the back and forth. It was like, before Luka got ejected, it was looking like a very good game. And then I was like, that was a bit unfortunate. They resented it the next day, bro.
When do you start doing that? Like,
bro, it's I get.
When did you start doing that though? Like, because there's multiple games, like down to the line games.
Yeah, but I guess the question is, well, the game they were in the fourth quarter. I guess the question is like, he already had one tech. At some point, Luka needs to learn discipline of like, let me not just always just yap off at anybody and say why is he always swearing, bro? Like, bro, actually, that's fair enough. I don't know what the fan said to him, so fair enough.
Bro, it's a hustle, like,
but his team needs him, bro.
Passion, bro. It's passion. It's passion. He also knows who he is.
Yeah, he does.
Luka knows who he is. Like, Luka knows what he deserves. Like, the cause. Like, if you know, I'm not gonna talk too much about that, but I think that like for them to like take that back.
Because they know he wasn't at the ref. Do you know what I mean? And like the social uproar, everybody's uproar, like you could tell that like, and even like his genuine reaction in the moment, you could tell that it wasn't at all like he was genuinely shocked and surprised. Like he was saying no, but it's like once you make a decision, you make a decision. Like I don't think in the game you can rescind it. So that was pretty much that.
VAR.
VAR don't work on those ones, Brody. VAR don't work on those ones. I think also one other thing that happened this year that was really upsetting for me, the Pelicans. I felt like they were a very big disappointment this year.
Wow.
I know they lost DeJounte Murray, they lost Zion early, CJ was out. I think Trey Murphy as well.
So then what else do you have expected for them?
Nah, but just the way that finally their year was meant to mean something. They were finally meant to be competitive. Do you know what I mean? They were meant like not that they've never been competitive. Like they made the playing game before, but like that extra step, that knock on of like, okay, cool, we're here, and then injury just. Yeah,
and the thing is, it's more like the touch when like Zion came back on like a minute's restriction. Like,
but it was a little too late. I feel like.
Yeah, obviously it was a little too late, but the performance he was putting, like, it showed that like there is that there. There is that, and it's like we haven't seen that in a while. We haven't seen that from the Pelicans in a while, and it's interesting to see that it's still there. It didn't work out this year, but just certain teams. I think for me also the Clippers at the end, at the end of the season, just how that switched up, Harden and Kawhi. Yeah,
that tandem's really playing well. Like, since Kawhi's come back, they've just been excelling.
That was extremely. Like, I like that narrative.
And even the way that they, honestly, like, and the winning by committee, like, Norman Powell's statement at the beginning of the year, like, addition by subtraction, he backed it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He genuinely backed his words. And like, him and Zubac, I'm going to get onto Zoo a little bit later, but they've genuinely backed it in terms of, like, taking steps to really carry the team in certain ways and like, become players that they can actually really, really depend on. So I think for them, that's really incredible just to see it, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think they're going to be the playoffs are shaping up to be very interesting, very interesting. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't speak about the firing of Coach Malone.
Wow,
what level of shock do you feel like you felt after seeing the news?
I think I'm not a Nug fan, but I think as a Nug fan, like, what do you like? Where do you go from there? Like, what like, were you bored? For that to like not be there,
3 games before the
like that's the playoffs, games, like
3 games before the playoffs, bro.
You're in like, and that would put a lot of doubt into players' minds.
And he's a proven winner,
especially Jokic. Like,
and he's a proven winner.
That's like what do you have to do now? It's like, but I also believe that like Tyrone Lue deserved to be sacked when he did, like, during the Cavaliers' time, but he wasn't doing as well as obviously. But you know how I feel about Tyrone.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about Tyrone. Sorry, oh my God, I shouldn't be speaking with my mouth full. Sorry, but I don't know why you have an agenda against Tyrone Lue. But for me, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make it like if they're gonna fire the coach and the GM in the same time, it's just like they pressed a hard reset, but there's still games to go. So it just kind of feels like
it was the wrong time. It might have been a power move. It might have been like something behind the counter with like money involved, but it doesn't look like it was a basketball move.
No, it doesn't. But Arsenal fans, other fans of the Kroenke family, let us know. Do they make these kind of mistakes? Or
did you say Arsenal fans?
Yeah, the Kroenkes own their joint.
Yeah,
the Kroenkes own that. Yeah. I'll be tapped him.
Apologies.
I'll be tapped him. But
shout out Declan Rice.
I'll say for me, it's just like I really like Coach Malone. I think he's a brilliant coach. He's one of the guys that like I feel like everybody will want to run through a wall for him. I think next year we're gonna definitely see him in a job. Which job?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Where would you like to see him?
Where would I like to see him? I guess who needs? I don't even know everybody's coaches right now. Who needs a coach? Whose situation is so? The Suns depends what the Suns want.
Ooh, that's not bad,
It depends what the Suns.
But I like it. It's also like. Is that enough?
Budenholzer can always.
Is that enough?
Genuinely, I think for the Suns, it's time to press reset, bro. it's time to charge it to the game. Say we tried. Good luck. We ain't got enough. Bradley Beal, they can go and get some money for somewhere somehow. You know what I mean? Ship that one. Devin Booker, you still keep because I think he's still the youngest there, so you still keep him. He's doing a great job with his shoes right now. That's been the most positive thing coming out from Phoenix about his shoes. You know what I mean? So KD, last episode I was here defending you, still rocking with you, still defending you. I don't know if anybody has enough to gut their team for you again, so you might just have to stay where you are.
I think if he goes to another team, he doesn't go as the main player. He goes as.
But I don't think that's what he wanted to do now with the Suns anyway.
No, but like we had a conversation about this a couple of episodes. Like when KD's doing well, it turns into his team because that's the type. That's the type of player he is.
Yeah, but you can't stop him from doing well.
Of course. But that's the thing. Like, at what point does that, mix with the team chemistry, with like the team dynamics, where it's like, say he goes to a team like the Spurs, you have Wemby, you have Fox. At the end of the day, the last shot you want KD to take.
Yeah, of course.
And he will show his personality there. It will show like why he deserves that last shot. But it will also cost building blocks.
It will. Team. It definitely will. And I guess the question is like, what are we willing to trade? Do you know what I mean when it comes to KD? Like, what are we willing to do with our teams looking for the future?
Yeah, and it's like,
do you know what I mean? Like,
it's more like where can KD really fit?
He can fit anywhere. Like I was saying this to the guys that he could go to Miami.
Where he can win.
That's a different question. Where he can win, that one. Maybe LA. Who knows? Maybe
Clippers?
No, not Clippers, bro. Not the Clippers.
The Lakers.
The Lakers, bro.
LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Kevin Durant. That's
not what I want.
That's Brooklyn Nets all over.
That's not what I want, but that would work though.
That's Brooklyn Nets all over.
You make KD just a sniper in the corner.
But KD's not gonna do that.
KD can do that. Bro. KD just needs 7 touches.
KD won't do that. Though.
He just needs 7 touches.
KD won't stay in the corner. He wants his 2 long crosses from this side of the couch to that side of the couch.
To the post a little bit, hit it with a little
No. KD would take away LeBron's position of like backing players down, trying to fade on them, going into the paint.
Give it to KD, bro. KD is Mr. Efficiency.
We don't want him in the Lakers.
Oh, is it we?
Shout out PG.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But let's we're gonna shift. Let's look at some of these awards, bro. Where do you want to start? Where should we start with these awards? I've got 6th Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year.
Peyton.
You want to start with Peyton Pritchard?
Peyton. He's the reason why. No, I'm not saying like he's the only reason why the Celtics are making that many 3-pointers.
You're about to be crazy.
But like apparently he's only started 1 game of the whole season, and he's averaging 14.
Yeah. Wait. Solid. Let me actually.
And just bro, like the aura that surrounds that man, as well. If you've seen clips, there's a drill that the Boston Celtics call, and it's called just defend Peyton. Defend Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard?
Yeah.
And all it is each player takes turns on like Peyton Pritchard bringing the ball up down the court and defending him from a bucket. Do you know how much aura you have to have? He's a
good player, bro. That's what he does.
He's not a good player. He's a solid. Offensive player.
He is.
Like, obviously, defensively, I'm not gonna like he pushes.
Not even defensively, he's got effort.
He's got effort. Yeah. But it's like he's a player. It's like
for the year. So I had to check my notes. Again.
No worries.
So for the year, he's averaging 13.9, 3.8 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.2 blocks. He's shooting 46% from the field goal, 40% from the free, which is tough.
Wow.
On the amount that he takes, which is very, very tough. Free throws, he's 84%. His effective field goal percentage is 61. You know what? He's doing his thing.
This guy is put in.
He's doing his thing
at the end of a quarter, so that he can take half
half court threes. Yeah, he's doing it.
And dagger them because he's done that like doing it. Twice, 3 times this season.
He's doing it, bro. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it. Like it's impressive to see. But I think there's an argument. To be honest, I don't really have a strong opinion on who I think should win the Sixth Man of the Year.
Who else do you have in the mix?
There's Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome's been having himself a year as well for the Cavaliers. We've have Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley's been lining it up down there. He's been lining it up for Detroit. So Ty Jerome's averages this year 12.4 assists. No, sorry, 12.4 points, 2.5 assists. I mean, what's going on today? 2.5 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.1 steal, no blocks, 51% from the field goal, 43% from free, 87% from the free throw line.
How many points against her?
12.4. I think Ty Jerome's got a shout.
But
I think he's got a shout.
But if you compare it to like a team like Celtics,
bro, these are the two best teams in their conference, bro. And even his team has a better record, bro. I think he has, to some degree, I think he's been somewhat more impactful than Peyton Pritchard. From a perspective of like, he actually leads the second unit. Peyton Pritchard, that Celtics team, I hate to agree with Paul sometimes. I dislike it. It doesn't make me feel good. But they are heavily talented. They are heavily talented. And they have a lot of guys that can do a great job shooting the ball. They do. And he is
why are you hating to agree with Paul about?
Because I feel like, to some degree, Peyton's impact isn't as great as Ty Jerome's impact on their team, just because of how much talent they have around them. So I feel like that. I feel like he's low-key a prisoner of that. But if people want to reward him, fair enough. Maybe that's more reason why he should be rewarded.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
It's the fact that it's harder for Peyton to make those buckets and average that many points in the Celtics than it is Ty. The Cavaliers are a team combined of many players that have to work together to be good. Yeah, they have to.
Guys have taken steps as well.
We saw all it takes is Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Or to really win those games for the Celtics.
That's true.
For the Celtics, Al Horford hits a couple threes. Well, like
yeah. You're right. Well, he's averaging seven 3-pointers per game. He's averaging, which is crazy. He's actually crazy. He only shoots like two, maybe, so that's what, 2 at least 10.6 field goal attempts. So maybe
7 3-point like
I would run up to 8
attempts.
Bro. 8, but yes, per game, bro.
Wow.
He's shooting 8 threes per game. Which is,
bro gets the ball and just shoots.
Bro, that's all he's doing, bro. He's learning that, and he's getting to the occasion.
You don't see him on defense a lot.
What do you mean?
You don't like. You genuinely like.
Hilarious.
He's pulled onto the court
to shoot those threes
when the ball's in play for the Celtics, and it's just a play for him to get like an ISO or just a bit of space.
I hear you, but I'm gonna take Ty Jerome.
Really? Nah. If Peyton doesn't get, I won't be happy.
Okay, say no more. We're gonna move on to Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
This one is a bit of a controversial one because we've got the old man. He went on like national TV.
Where did he come from?
He said, maybe this is my last chance.
Where did he come from?
He said, maybe this is my last chance to
no,
win it.
because he was never here.
He said, this is my last chance.
He was never
win
there.
You know,
it's like he paid the media or something.
I said he paid the media.
I'll give it to Lou Dort before I give it to my man.
Really? Well, Lou's played more games. Lou's had played more games, but I don't know. I think the Draymond effect is the Draymond effect still alive and kicking? Is it still alive and kicking? I think his impact.
I feel like he's one floor general.
He is a floor general, bro.
Like he's one, bro.
Draymond Green is the ultimate floor general, bro. Defensively, I don't think there's many minds that can compare to what Draymond is doing, bro. I don't think there's many minds that can compare to what Draymond.
Bro, but he's not leading in anything. He's not leading. Like it just came out of nowhere.
He's not.
It came out of nowhere.
It did come out of nowhere.
Like it came this month. Really,
it did. But if we're fair to him, well, he's. I don't know if he's leading. He might be leading with the league in. Okay, this is assists in steals. He probably not. No, he's not. The Great Barrier Reef is leading the league in steals. Dyson Daniels, and I don't even think he's even in the conversation anymore. Really.
No, he's second.
He's on the fringes.
He's second. Really,
I was looking at some.
It's him more Draymond.
I was looking at some.
It's crazy. Wait, no. I was Evan Mobley.
Yes,
Evan Mobley.
I'm looking at where's my Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, I'm looking at what site is this? I'm looking at FanDuel and DraftKings. So their odds have Draymond Green at minus 450. I don't even know what this means, bro. They've got Evan Mobley at plus 330, Lou Dort at plus 500, Dyson Daniels at plus 3,500.
So the minus means that if you bet on it, like you're not really making money back because it's expected.
Okay.
The plus means if you bet on it,
yeah,
you're making
some money.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So Draymond is really favored that heavily. I think it's.
Where did it come from?
I think
like how did it get there?
Maybe the media likes him, bro.
No.
Maybe the media likes him.
He is part of the media. This is an agenda.
So what, he's chatting to his friends like, yo,
he's pushed this.
It's time.
He's pushed this.
Vote for me. Maybe.
He's pushed this because bro, you get your Hall of Fame, man. Like you don't need to do all of this. Nah, bro.
I hear it. To be honest, I want to see another guard win it, man. I would love to see Lou Dort get his flowers. Do you know what I mean? They've had I think top 5 defense probably for the whole year. I think they might be number 2 in terms of the fun of the whole year. Everybody on that team is scrappy, I'll be honest. Everybody on that team locks down and defends. Like I haven't seen a team
it's one of those people that you play on the court where you're just pissed off.
Yeah, bro.
That
he's on you, bro.
They hustle so hard.
And he's just on you always, bro. The whole game is just on you, bro. There's not
Marcus Smart type,
you know? Yeah. There's not a moment you won't feel his body on you, bro.
Marcus Smart playoff time kind of.
But alternatively, I would say for Mobley, there is a case for Evan Mobley as well. Simply because I think we need to reward the Cavaliers in one shape or form or another. Do you know what I mean? And I think this year he's come on leaps and bounds, and his defense has always been stellar. I'll read off a couple of stats. So these are our final 4. I'm going to go. My pick. I think I'm going to go for Lou Dort.
I'm going to Evan Mobley.
That's my pick. So we'll just look through their stats in terms of defensive stats. So total rebounds for Dort, he's a guard, he's a 4.1. Assists 1.6. Sorry, not assists is not important. Steals 1.1. Block 0.5. He's doing all right.
No, say Mobley's.
On Mobley's, he's got 9 rebounds, 0.9 steals. So that's about 1 steal a game. 1.6 blocks.
That's good.
He's doing good, bro. He's doing good. I don't plus minus and all that stuff, guys. I'm just getting into the statistics back, so bear with me. But it is good, and he also is. But only thing with Mobley is that like he also has Jarrett Allen there with him, and Jarrett Allen is no slouch. Like Allen gets blocks. He's a serious.
So that's even better. 1.6 is.
He's a serious representative. Yeah, well, I guess.
Never mind.
He's like 6'10", so I guess like you're gonna use your limbs, you're gonna do something with them.
Never mind.
Do you know what I mean? Like use
it
them.
should be like 3 innit? How much is like Wemby? Like Wemby was averaging
3 is
last year.
Is difficult. Wemby's also. But by the way, did you see this? Everybody's saying Wemby's 7'3" now. When he came into the league, people were saying he's 7'5". What's the truth? I want to know what the truth is.
If you see like a picture of DeMarcus Cousins and like KD next to each other, they're the same size, and DeMarcus Cousins is like 6'9".
But they're telling me guys like Zach Edey and this Donovan Killingham guy.
Zach Edey's big though. Zach is whatever height they say he is. He's that height.
He has a big head, bro. He has a big head. But then again, he is tall, so it makes sense. You need the big head to kind of compensate. Anyway,
that's the biggest tall guy's head. That and Yao Ming and that.
Oh, days. But yeah,
Shaq had a small. Sorry, anyway.
No, Shaq has a big head too. It's just that he also has a big body.
He's got a bigger body.
But we've gone so far off tangent, bro. So you think Draymond Green's got a? I think there's also a campaign for Zoo.
Nah.
Do you know what with Zoo? I hear it.
I know why people are saying that.
But for me,
but you're all Clippers fans.
But for me personally, I'd rather him win Most Improved Player of the Year. I think I'd rather see Zoo win Most Improved. From last year,
we're not seeing him there.
From last year, this is a little segue into Most Improved. So from last year, he's scoring 5 points more. He was at 11.7. Now he's like 16.7. In assists, he's gone up by basically 2. He was at 1.4. Now he's at 2.7. In blocks is the same. But in terms of rebounds, he was at 9.2. Now he's at 12.6. Do you know what I mean? He's taken leaps and bounds. Do you know what I mean? He's a field goal efficiency, that is still relatively the same. Like he's a center, so he's still around the rim, so it shouldn't dip too much. But I think personally, for me, I would like to see him win it.
I'm seeing Most Improved for Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, Dyson Daniels. There's Cade Cunningham.
And Cade.
This is crazy. Let me read you what the odds are. So for Dyson Daniels is minus 1,400.
Yeah, bro.
For Cade Cunningham,
he's number 1.
For Cade Cunningham is plus 340, which is, if they give it to Cade, that's disrespectful. Any number 1 pick can't be Most Improved Player of the Year, bro. You went number 1 overall. If you go number 1 overall in the draft, I expect you to be minimum an all-star, bro. That's your floor. If you can't be an all-star at the minimum, then you're a bust. That's it. That's what I see. If you got drafted number 1, your floor is all-star minimum.
That's harsh, but I hear it.
What do you mean it's harsh?
It's harsh, but I hear it.
Bro, we thought you was the best project. You thought you were the best prospect in the country at this particular point. In the world, rather, not even the country. In the world, bro.
But there's just some like seasons. There's some like
there's some guys
where it's just like the talent is not there for that year.
But also we have to think about with Cade's situation last year.
Cade, like his mixtapes were crazy,
and also the thing is last year it was more like the fit around him wasn't the greatest. Like their team wasn't the greatest collectively. Do you know what I mean? They got.
So you're giving him excuses for the point you just made, though?
No. I'm giving him excuses. He's not most improved. He was already showing us that he had these flashes. Last year, he did not have his shins broken, bro. So it wasn't like he did anything. Like guy was injured. We didn't see him play, and and when he was playing, he showed us flashes. So he shouldn't be on. He shouldn't be second on this list. Austin Reeves, he also shouldn't. Most improved.
AR 15.
Most improved.
He's done really well this year.
Most improved.
He surprised me.
Austin Reeves.
Like he put value on his name.
He has, but like, did he not have value before last season?
He did, but not.
What's changed?
Do you think that's the same Austin Reeves as last season?
I think he's got a bit more confidence.
Is that it?
I think he's shaking guys a bit more.
Bro, Austin Reeves is really like.
He's
made an impact.
He's making an impact. I hear he's making an impact. No,
but like Austin Reeves was really making a difference this year for the Lakers.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but no, I don't think this is any different than I saw last year. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm not watching enough Laker games, but I personally don't think he's really.
Maybe he's got a lot of media attention on him.
He has got a lot of media attention on him
because he plays for LeBron.
But because he plays, and he plays well, and he plays well. But you know, I'm gonna say my most improved player of the year. I'm gonna give it to Ivica Zubac. Right now, the odds have him at. He's looking like he's joint 5th, if I can read right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, joint 5th. Christian Braun is even on this list. Nah, man, they're moving mad. Dyson Daniels, I'm not mad if Dyson gets it.
Yeah, I would give it to Dyson.
I'm not mad if Dyson gets it, but it's more of like he's in a new situation. He's in a new team. He's doing so. You know what? I hear it. Great Barrier Thief. I hear it. The last one we have the MVP. I think we both agree.
Kyrie would have been there.
Huh?
No,
but most improved or
no,
MVP?
just because of
MVP.
Because of how underrated people. And anyway, like,
but most improved.
Can you continue, please?
This guy's unreal. This guy is just he's unreal. This is why he was missing for a couple of weeks. He was mourning Kyrie's loss.
Can you continue, please?
MVP. There's only 2 guys. Shea Gilgeous is a minus 10,000. Jokic is a plus 1,000.
Wow.
That's the odds. That's from FanDuel and DraftKings.
Okay, obviously, like we know that currently Shea is the favorite. It's just more that if you look at,
I think with the firing of his coach, there's no way that Jokic wins this.
If you look at who has the most points, like who's top 5 for the most points, top 5 for the most rebounds, top 5 for the most assists, Jokic is in all 3.
Okay,
and that's
impressive.
It's impressive.
Very impressive
that Shea is still number 1.
Bro, his team is winning games, bro, and he's led the league in scoring.
Yeah.
Like even if you take away, I think I've been seeing this graphic all over the year. Like if you take just his third quarter numbers, like just his points up into the third quarter, he's still in the top 3 of points scored all year.
Wow.
So like, bro's been getting, and I'm not really a points merchant like that. Like I'm not somebody that just cares about points, how many points you score. But I think there's a place where his time is now. His time is now. I think voters fatigue has got Jokic. I think his historic numbers and that. He's been doing his historic things and getting L's. If you're getting L's, I'll be real, at some point we have to say, like that, I just did a little thing. But at some point we just got to say it's not enough. Do you know what I mean? It's not enough is a little bit crazy because he is the greatest player in the world. He is the best player in the world. And it's not close. I don't think it's close. Jokic is the best player in the world. I don't think it's close.
You can't say that and not give him the MVP after he's done.
MVP is not about the best player in the world.
Yeah.
It's who's most valuable.
Because if it was, then LeBron.
LeBron is not. Bro, what is wrong with you today, bro? What is actually wrong with you? Man said you're moving mad. Our last one.
If it was LeBron,
our last one is Rookie of the Year.
There's a new one.
Rookie of the Year.
There's another one after this.
What do you want? Clutch Player of the Year?
Yeah.
Clutch Player of the Year, they made that award like 2-3 years ago. I'm happy Steph Curry won it. I'm happy Fox won it. You can give it to Jalen Brunson. I'm not really good. It's not really.
Or Trae Young.
Or Trae Young.
Yeah.
To be honest, it doesn't. the Knicks haven't beat guys that are in the top half, and you're gonna give it like I don't really. So what clutch games is he really winning, bro?
No, the thing is,
if their record is horrible,
it's just are you clutch or not? You know, because if Kyrie was there, you know, and look at the clutch,
bro. It's not every day. If it was Kyrie was there.
You look at the fourth quarter points.
Okay.
Kyrie's there every time. Anyway,
there.
I'm not here for that.
So you can give clutch player of the award to Jalen Brunson. I think DeMar DeRozan was in there. Trae Young was in there. Yeah, you can give it to whoever you want. I'm not really gonna live and down that hill. Rookie of the year. That's where we're gonna close out our awards for today. This draft class we started the year.
Let's believe it.
We started the year not really knowing where we were gonna go with this rookie class. Jared McCain came out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Really put on a show for us, and then sorry, Jared, man. Like he probably would have once stolen the show. Do you know what I mean? He was
really.
Yeah, bro, he was doing, like, with all the injuries that Philadelphia had, bro, he would have had the whole time to just rock, bro. He would have had the time just to rock out. And like, there's guys on that team right now that are getting all types of points and scores because PG's out, Embiid's out, Maxi's out. So Grimes is dropping 40 bombs. Paul keeps on just messaging me, oh, Grimes is better than Caleb Martin. But when these men come back, he's gonna go back to school on 10 points a game, bro. So anyway, let me not hate. Let me not hate. We're talking about rookies.
But sometimes that's all you need. The opportunity for.
Facts.
For like,
for you to stand out, like, for sure.
Imagine if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were out and they let Peyton like run the point and just.
Bro, they've done that, bro. We've done it. And he flourishes, bro. He'll drop a nice little 30. We've seen Derek White drop it. Yeah, there's every player in the NBA is talented.
Has the ability to do that. Yeah, you're right.
Well, not to score 30 points, but everybody has.
Whoa! Every player in the NBA has the ability to. You're not in the NBA if you can't score 30 points, like on a given night.
Bro, there's some guys that can't score 30 points, bro.
There's some guys
I've watched a montage video of Rudy Gobert bricking a lot of shots. I've watched the montage. I've seen the montage.
That's Rudy Gobert.
Though, if he gets a lot of dunks, he will score 30 points. He will.
Exactly.
He will.
Like Ben Simmons will.
Don't do that. Ben Simmons, don't do that. Ben Simmons is capable. Don't do that. Ben Simmons and Rudy Gobert are not in the same conversation. Put some respect on Ben Simmons' name. Please. Guys, don't hate. Like, we're going to see him in the playoffs. Anyway. So, we got Zachary Ricochet averaging 12.4 points per game. He's got 1 point. His true
Ricochet.
Yeah, he's got 1.2 turnovers. This is not positive feedback from his thing. He has shot 47.9% from the field and 39.2% since All-Star. That's good. There's still work for him to do on creating his own shot, but, you know, he's there. Stephon Castle has been the most consistent. He's averaging 14.5 points per game. He's got 3.9 assists. I think the only question about him is really his efficiency. But realistically, he's everything else he's covered it, and he's doing a good job there. Do you know what I mean?
And
the only other guy I thought that was really in the running was Jalen Wells. Yeah. Get well soon. That fall was crazy, bro. That fall against the Hornets was crazy. I don't know if you saw that. He went up for a dunk. Literally, a guy undercut him. He literally did like a front flip, back flip. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but you know how your back is. Actually, let me not laugh.
I think I've seen that.
But like the guy came underneath him, he was grabbing the rim, his body flipped like.
Oh yeah.
Wrist broken, bro. He was unconscious, and apparently when he woke up, he said, "What's the score?" That man there, that's a different kind of locked in, bro. I'm gonna be like, where am I?
No. I'm gonna be like, what is the score as well? Because at the end of the day, that's where I'm unconscious. Like
that's where you lost. That's
where I'm going up for a dunk. I just thought I made a highlight.
I
made a highlight, right?
Bro, his wrist is finished. I've never been knocked out before, so I don't know. Maybe you just pick up from where you left off. Who knows? But I think you're right. I think it's gonna be Stephon Castle. Yeah. I think this rookie class
is not gonna get it. He was just.
No. I think this rookie class is going to grow though. I think there actually are some
I know, but like also like could be better.
Definitely could be better.
It could have been better. That's what I'm saying. Like there's certain years, the draft.
The pool is dry. Certain years.
Let's see what next year's looking like. Let's do.
Next year, I think is going to be interesting. Though with everything in college right now in terms of like people wanting to get paid, transfer windows, all of this, all of that.
But March Madness was.
They said there's no more madness. They said Penny Hardaway said there's no more madness. It's going to be who has the most money to pay. Who has the most money to spend and pay? Actually, no, I was right the first time. That's why we saw all first season
and it doesn't come with facilities right now. It's not just facilities.
If you ain't got that dollar,
not just Gatorade bottles and that.
If you ain't got that dollar, then we ain't got it for you. We ain't got it for you. I wanted to go through all NBA, but we'll pick it up another time. We can pick it up with next week. Sunday's the last day of the season.
Sunday, man. What a great end to the season, though.
Yeah,
really made me like, because I'm gonna be real, guys. I can't lie. There was like a moment in time where I didn't watch as many games as I should have. You know, like the Kyrie injury and stuff. I was just like, I needed to step back. But the last couple games, and like the NBA knows what they're doing, putting those players. Like yesterday, Luka 45 maths, and everyone's cheering for him.
Everyone was in pieces, man.
Bro, I'm just
when
like,
I saw his eyes red like that on the bench, I thought, nah, he was like, I watched the video. He would never was gonna leave, bro. He would never have left. He would never have left that city, bro.
It's
harsh.
45 man. As well.
It's harsh, bro.
You see, and it's funny because like none of the Mavs team can guard Luka. And you would think that like after all the training, all the 1v1s that they had, none of the Mavs teams can go. Bro, like they put PJ on him. They even put Max Christie on him like he had something to prove. Like,
bro.
Max Christie was
anybody can get that work.
Max Christie was trying to say like, they won the trade with me. That's what I felt from Max Christie when he was trying to. And then Luka just like pass the ball back, shot it. Bro.
He's just that guy, man. That 6'7" Serb. No, it's not Serbia. Where is he from? Doesn't matter where he's from. I think he's from I'm moving mad.
Like, let's just
actually moving mad.
Continue.
Anyway, yeah. There's a couple more games the rest of the day. There's a couple more matches. So there's games tonight. We've got Cavaliers Pacers. We've got Pelicans Bucks, Knicks Pistons, Hawks Nets. This Timberwolves Grizzlies match is going to be important for seeding, bro.
Really?
Because Timberwolves are 46-33, Grizzlies is 37-32.
And who's on the other side of that?
What do you mean? Who's on? This is just for today. I don't know what you mean by the other side of that. As in, like, who in the how will it affect the playoffs?
Yeah.
Well, if I look at the playoffs right now, they're currently. Well, if the Grizzlies win, it doesn't do much for the Grizzlies, to be honest. Actually, but if they lose, they go to 47-33, which ties them with the Warriors. So potentially they could lose the 6 seed and slide into the playing game. So that's
it would be Warriors versus Dallas, wouldn't it?
No. It would be Warriors versus Lakers if the Grizzlies lose right now. If the Warriors win their next game.
Oh.
The Warriors' next game is against... if I just had it. Yeah, so there's a lot to play for. It's going to come down to the wire. Everything is going to be up and down, shifting left, right, and centre. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled.
Okay.
We're going to keep our eyes peeled. We're going to be locked in. But yeah, man, this is the last episode of the regular season, man. Guys, thank you for being on the journey with us.
Wow.
It's been fun. Thank you for everybody that's visited. All of our guests. Hopefully we can have some more in the playoffs. We're going to be here locked in, playing games. We're going to see you guys. Any final words from you, bro?
I think it's been a roller coaster of a season.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it very much.
Yeah.
Really falling in love with basketball again.
I'm happy to hear it, man.
Genuinely, like.
I'm happy to have you, man.
It really is something where the game is coming back. I'm hooping inside the court.
There you go.
As well. So
if you don't, go check his highlights. RJ1155. If you don't already know, that's not his Instagram. But if you don't already know, go check it out.
Don't do that.
Is there cooking your favorite Hooper's Hooper? I promise you. Come on.
But anyway, yeah, just bro. Hopefully, this playoff season, the best time of the year. Honestly, for me.
There you go. No sleep, man.
No sleep.
I hope we banked all our sleep in the first half. Yep. This next half, it's going to be
we're locked in, man. If I need to take annual leave to watch them finals.
You're moving mad. You're moving mad. We will be here. We won't take annual leave, though. Alright, anyway, you know it's good, guys. Alright, we've been in the hoop. Catch you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
In there.